Good morning, students. Today we will try to understand excretion in human beings. In the previous video, I had explained what is an excretion. Excretion is nothing but elimination or removal of metabolic waste that is generated in the body because of metabolic reactions. I told you metabolic reactions involves your building up and breaking down of substances. And in lower organism, excretion is by means of a process known as diffusion. In human beings, human excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys, pair of ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. Kidneys. Bean-shaped reddish brown located in the abdomen on either side of the backbone. Now kidneys are present behind on either side of the backbone in the abdominal region. When I say abdominal region, it is a region which includes your stomach, small intestine and large intestine. In that particular region, you find the presence of kidney. The left kidney is placed a little higher than the right kidney. Why is it so? It is because of the presence of liver. Renal artery. It brings in the unclean blood containing waste substances into the kidney. So renal artery over here, what does it do? It brings in unclean blood, or unclean blood, when I say, it is nothing but toxic substances. The blood has got the presence of toxic substances such as your urea, uric acid. These are all toxic substances. If they accumulate in a body, it leads to the death of an individual. So this has to be eliminated from the body. Renal vein carries away the cleansed blood from the kidneys. So once the toxic waste has been removed, now through renal vein, the cleansed blood is taken from the kidney. Ureters or excretory tube. They are the thin muscular tubes coming out from the kidney which opens into the urinary bladder. Now this acts like the conducting tube for the urine. Ureters are ducts. Ducts are nothing but tubes which drains out urine from the kidney. Urinary bladder. This is a pear-shaped reservoir that stores urine before being discharged to the outside. This acts like a temporary storage for urine. That is the urinary bladder. And how does it look? It looks like a pear-shaped. Urethra. It is a muscular tube that conducts the urine to the outside through an opening at its end. Okay, and that opening is known as the urinary opening. Functions of the kidney. It removes the poisonous substances such as urea, other waste salts and excess water from the blood and excrete them in the form of yellowish liquid called urine. So it is not only urea, some amount of uric acid and excess salt, excess water is eliminated from the body by means of kidney. It regulates the water balance of the blood. It regulates pH of the blood. It is nothing but it regulates the hydrogen ion concentration. If there is too much of hydrogen ion, it means it is acidic in nature. So certain pH has to be maintained. So that regulation of the pH or some amount that regulation of the pH is brought about by the kidney. It is nothing but the hydrogen. pH tells us the hydrogen ion concentration. Look into the structure of the human excretory system. Pair of kidneys. Okay, then you have the presence of ureter. This is a ureter. It is a tube like structure. Okay, and this continues as your urinary bladder and finally the urethra. Here you see presence of renal artery and renal vein. Okay, renal artery and renal vein forms a part of the human excretory system, and I've already told you the function of this. Now the kidney is made up of filtering units. The blood has to be filtered. So it is made up of small filtering units known as nephron. And these nephrons are present in the kidney. There are millions of nephrons. It is not one or two nephrons. There are many nephrons that are found in the kidney. Now let's understand the structure of nephron. The nephron is made up of double wall structure or a double wall cup shaped structure known as the Bowman's capsule. Now this Bowman's capsule has got bunch of capillaries in the Bowman's capsule. Okay, the Bowman's capsule along with the capillaries together, it is known as glomerulus. Now the blood that has to be filtered enters the renal artery. Then it enters the capillaries. Now what happens over here? The blood which has got impurities, it moves into the PCT or the proximal convoluted tubule, the next part of the nephron. Okay, from PCT, what happens then? The PCT continues as your Henle's loop, and from PCT it continues as DCT or the distal convoluted tubule. Then you have the collecting duct. So the parts of nephrons are nothing but glomerulus, then you have PCT or proximal convoluted tubule, then you have Henle's loop, then DCT, distal convoluted tubule, and then the collecting duct. Surrounding the nephron is the blood vessel. As the blood which has to be cleaned enters the PCT, what happens? Along with toxic substances, certain essential substances also leaks into the PCT. Then it enters the Henle's loop. Now those essential substances has to be reabsorbed. This is known as the tubular reabsorption. So what happens? From the Henle's loop, essential substances are reabsorbed into these blood vessels. Now, and unwanted substances just moves into this Henle's loop, and then it enters the DCT and finally the collecting duct, and the collecting duct is connected to the ureter. Why tubular reabsorption is happening? Because when the filtration is happening in the glomerulus and entering the PCT, certain essential substances have also got leaked in. Some amount of amino acid, some sugars have got leaked. So it has to be reabsorbed and put back into circulation. So there are blood vessels that are lining this Henle's loop that reabsorbs the essential nutrients from the Henle's loop, and the waste material is eliminated out through the DCT and then the collecting duct, and finally enters the ureter. So this is the structure of neuron and how exactly it functions.